Jane, I want to ask you about this because this has to do with every family in Australia. Figures released yesterday by the ABS show November inflation jumped to 7.4%, sparking fears of a further cost of living crunch. Have we seen any indication from Labor on how they plan on tackling this? And how concerned are you about this? Because economists are saying that much of this inflation is in the service sector, where it tends to be stickier and harder to unwind than goods and services inflation. Goods and
James,
inflation.
once again, we went back. We went to the election with Labor saying that they had the solutions to the cost of living crisis that was facing Australians. And since the election, it's done nothing but get worse. And they have no economic plan to deal with it. Nothing about the cost of living crisis. That's why we have set up in the Senate a cost of living committee that is going to go right around Australia, speak to the energy providers and producers, speak to the large retailers like Woolworths, and speak to individuals too as to how the cost of living crisis is affecting them, and find some practical solutions to deal with the cost of living crisis, some practical policies that can be implemented without creating inflationary pressures. That's the objective to it. And we have to do this because Labor haven't. They've come up with no economic plan and no solutions to the cost of living crisis. And everything they do, whether it be in industrial relations, whether it be in energy, whether it be in their environmental policies, seem to be making a cost of living crisis worse here. And this safeguard mechanism, as Keith said, is now going to create a new protectionist program, which is going to make imports more expensive as well. It seems to me that Australian consumers have been the punching bag for Labor's policies from day one.
Well, indeed, Jane, it does seem to me that, for a guy who talks a lot about the Hawke legacy, he seems to want to be taking us back to the pre-Hawke and Keating era.